Somewhere over the Midwest, what started as a routine flight from Washington, D.C. to Phoenix turned into a full-blown political clash at 35,000 feet when Karoline Leavitt, former Trump spokesperson and rising GOP firebrand, confronted the pilot over an announcement that sent shockwaves through the cabin. According to multiple passengers, Leavitt was quietly working on policy notes in first class when the captain made a special message honoring Earth Justice Week and our commitment to climate justice. That's when things took a turn. "This is not your soapbox," Leavitt reportedly said to the flight attendant. "This is a commercial flight. I didn't pay to be lectured about your politics at 35,000 feet. The confrontation in the sky. Shortly after the announcement, Leavitt asked to speak directly with the pilot, something rarely, if ever, requested mid-flight. A crew member reluctantly obliged, and what happened next left first-class passengers stunned. Eyewitnesses claim that Leavitt calmly but firmly requested the captain refrain from political or ideological messaging over the intercom. "You're here to fly the plane, not to push the Green New Deal," she reportedly stated. The pilot, described by passengers as calm but visibly annoyed, refused, stating, "Ma'am, I have a right to express what I believe, and this is a message of unity and care for the planet." Leavitt's reply, "That's not unity. That's propaganda. And you're using your seat of authority to push it on a captive audience." The cabin? Dead silent. Then someone in coach started clapping. Social media UPTS midair. Word spread quickly. A passenger live tweeted snippets of the exchange, and by the time the plane landed in Phoenix, Karoline Leavitt's captain was trending nationwide. Conservatives hailed Leavitt as a hero for calling out corporate virtue signaling. Liberals blasted her for harassing the crew and attacking climate awareness. But Leavitt wasn't done. The aftermath, Leavitt speaks out. Moments after landing, Karoline took to social media, "I don't care if it's from a flight deck or a school podium, stop using your authority to push political agendas. We deserve neutral spaces." Within an hour, the post had over 1.2 million views and sparked debates across every major network. Fox News invited her to primetime. CNN called it another example of MAGA overreach. Airlines scrambled to release statements clarifying their intercom policies. The bigger lesson: freedom isn't just on the ground. This wasn't just about a flight, or a speech, or a pilot. It was about a growing battle over what spaces belong to the public and what voices get to dominate them. Do passengers have the right to fly without political messaging? Do employees in authority get to express beliefs during service? Where does freedom of speech end and professional duty begin? Karoline Leavitt reminded the nation that captive audiences are still audiences and they deserve respect, not agendas. At 35,000 feet, the stakes may feel high, but the principle is simple. Even in the clouds, truth should fly free. FAA launches investigation as Karoline Leavitt's mid-flight clash goes nuclear. Phoenix, the political jet stream is surging after Karoline Leavitt's in-air showdown with a woke commercial pilot. What was originally seen as a bold passenger protest is now snowballing into a national debate over free speech, corporate overreach, and professional boundaries. Late last night, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, confirmed it is conducting a routine review of the incident, though insiders say this is anything but routine. "We're looking into the nature of the pilot's commentary and any potential breach of neutrality policies required by federal aviation guidelines," said an FAA spokesperson. Translation: This just got real. Leavitt doubles down on live TV. Appearing on Tucker Carlson Uncensored, Karoline Leavitt came in hot. "We're living in a country where you can't get through a simple flight, a football game, or a children's movie without being preached to by the far left. Enough." She went on to demand clear boundaries between service professionals and political messaging. FAA mandates enforcing ideological neutrality on commercial airlines. An apology from the airline for allowing captive audience manipulation. The airline responds, sort of. The airline released a carefully worded PR statement saying, "We support our crews in fostering inclusive, respectful environments. We also understand the importance of neutrality in public-facing roles." But behind closed doors? Total chaos. A leaked internal email reveals a corporate meeting in which executives debated suspending the pilot pending review, while bracing for both backlash and boycott threats. The media meltdown, Sky Speech vs. Safety. MSNBC framed the incident as a MAGA tantrum at 35,000 feet. Fox News called it a courageous stand for passenger rights. The View's Joy Behar said, "If you don't like climate justice, fly your own plane." Meanwhile, flight attendants across the country are anonymously posting TikToks mocking Leavitt. Others quietly thanking her for speaking up. One viral comment said, "We're supposed to serve drinks, not deliver TED Talk." Congress reacts, lines are drawn. Several Republican lawmakers are now drafting legislation called the Flight Neutrality Act, aimed at banning political or ideological announcements on commercial flights unless they're related to safety. Democrats cry foul. Sen. Sheldon Marks, DNY, called the proposal an attack on free expression, claiming, "We're policing words now because a politician got offended?" To which Leavitt clapped back on X, "No, we're protecting passengers from propaganda they never asked for." Rumors swirl, the pilot's identity leaked? In a twist that only fuels the drama, internet sleuths claim to have identified the pilot, a known climate activist who once attended a rally with Jane Fonda and shared pro-Green New Deal memes on LinkedIn. Leavitt supporters say it's proof the flight was political from the start. The airline has neither confirmed nor denied the identity, but tensions are sky high. The expanding lesson: silence isn't oppression. It's courtesy. Karoline's clash isn't just about a speech. It's about the quiet spaces that used to unite us: flights, classrooms, sporting events now being turned into battlegrounds for social virtue and partisan signaling. Is it really oppression to simply ask for peace and neutrality? Or has the culture become so saturated with agendas that silence itself is now offensive? Leavitt's stand reminded the country that you don't have to scream to be brave sometimes. Standing up and calmly saying, "This isn't the place," is the most powerful thing you can do. Whether you lean red, blue, or somewhere in between, every American deserves a place where politics aren't piped in through the speaker system. Final lesson: sometimes the boldest thing you can say is "not here." Karoline Leavitt's mid-flight confrontation wasn't about ego. It wasn't about silencing anyone. It was about drawing a line not between left and right, but between what's personal and what belongs in shared spaces. When the pilot used the intercom to promote a political message, it struck a nerve. Not because of what was said, but where and how it was delivered. On a plane, there are no exits. No remote. No opt-out. That's not a conversation. It's a captive broadcast. In a world overflowing with division, slogans, and hashtags, we're losing the value of neutral ground places where we can simply coexist without having politics piped in over the loudspeaker. Karoline Leavitt reminded us of something too many have forgotten. Respect isn't always about what you say. Sometimes, it's about knowing when not to say it. The bigger picture. Whether you're flying coach or first class, liberal or conservative, famous or unknown, we all deserve spaces that aren't battlegrounds. We need places where we can breathe, think, disconnect, just be. Because freedom of speech doesn't mean every moment needs a microphone. Final words from Leavitt: I didn't ask for silence. I asked for respect. And I won't apologize for expecting it even in the sky.